Pour ceux qui savent pas, ce qui est exceptionnel de ouf, ah,
Someone's drinking me, wonder if you missing me. These days I can't fucking sleep, it's bad, I'm out here living dreams. If I send this text of mine, shawty, is you down to start? Don't say not tonight, cause you be busy, tell another lie. I done seen this thousands of times. I retype like thousands of lines. We done did this thousands of times. So
when you trash talk and then LeBron show you up to your game. Le son il est bon ou pas les gars? Ouais. Ok, c'est parti. Oh!
This is Dion Wright. Dion is a really good basketball player. This is, well, of course,
The greatest basketball player of all time after Michael Jordan.
Never in his wildest dreams did Dion think he would be guarding LeBron James in a high school gym in front of 2,000 people. But here we are. But to find out how we got here, we have to go back over a decade when Dion was in high school and he shot off a few tweets that would come back to haunt him years later.
Donc il était au lycée?
This video is brought to you by Squarespace.
No, no, no. Je suis pas payé, donc il y aura pas de pub ma gueule. D'ailleurs, ceux qui veulent des pubs, etc. Non, pas des pubs plutôt, mais pour ceux qui ont des marques de vêtements ou des trucs qui veulent que je fasse des petits shoot-outs en vidéo. Donc je ferai peut-être dans mes vlogs, etc. Donc dites-moi si vous voulez. Je vous envoie mon adresse où vous pouvez m'envoyer des affaires, des vêtements, des trucs que vous voulez que je porte en stream. Si vous avez des marques ou des trucs comme ça, dites-moi. Ok.
And absolutely unhinged at times. Our expectations often unrealistic. Sports opinions that'll seriously have you question another man's mental state. It can get ugly. And it often does. The worst of it all being the harsh criticisms of sports fans voiced on social media platforms. Maybe a comment, a tweet, picking apart a player's game, or possibly a decision they made that didn't sit well with you. Practically every single one of us can do this with absolutely no
Excusez-moi les gars, j'ai oublié de vous mettre...
We're just fans, staring at a screen. Our points of criticism so irrelevant and unheard that you'd be better off sharing your NBA opinions with a brick wall. I mean, at least the brick wall won't call you an idiot for saying if the Kings drafted Luka Doncic instead of Marvin Bagley, they'd be championship contenders by now. Maybe it would. It's all pretty ridiculous, I know, but we're sports fans. Set the bar as low as you want. We will find a way under it. Fortunately, 99.9% of the time, these criticisms go unheard. Talk smack to a giant super athlete online and go to sleep with the peace of mind knowing you'll never have to actually back it up.
Regardez ces tweets. En gros, là, il explique depuis le début de la vidéo que nous, les fans qui tweetent, qui regardent la télé devant un écran, genre notre opinion, il compte pas vraiment. C'est limite si on parlait à un mur, tu vois, parce que personne va nous entendre, personne va nous voir, tu vois. Et là, il met ces tweets. J'étais mort. Parce que je me rappelle, c'était un match contre les Lakers et Tyler Hero, il a lancé un lob, un alley-oop à Udonis Haslem. Udonis Haslem, il tombe par terre. Il y a un gars, il a tweeté. Il est tombé comme si on l'avait tiré dessus. Ah les gars, je sais pas, je vous dis, Twitter c'est le meilleur réseau si tu veux rigoler.
Talk smack to a giant super athlete online and go to sleep with the peace of mind knowing you'll never have.
Il a dit, non mais là il a raison, tu peux mal parler d'un athlète archi chaud et tout, alors toi t'es claqué et tout, et tu vas aller dormir, il va rien t'arriver, tu vois. Et ça, Mike Tyson il disait, ouais, social media got people talking shit without getting punch in the face ou je sais pas quoi. Genre en gros les gens, les réseaux sociaux ça a fait que...
But what if you did? Imagine publicly criticizing one.
HelloFresh.
Genre il disait que...
À la maison sans tracas,
il disait que...
en 3 étapes.
Attendez, j'entends juste ça. Il disait que les joueurs... les genre trash talk un joueur NBA, ça peut avoir des répercussions. Par exemple là, il dit on everything I would beat Jared Dudley 1-on-1 by the score 11-6. I will play you. Lui il a dit, je peux jurer sur tout que je battrais Jared Dudley en contrat 11-6. Lui il a dit, je pourrais te jouer pour 5K. Je suis prêt à te jouer pour parier, en gros parier pour 5 000 €, 5 000 balles. Il y a balle à toi, il te donne 5 points d'avance. Et si t'as une meuf, ramène-la comme ça pour voir que tu vas te faire humilier.
An NBA superstar, and then actually having to go toe-to-toe with them on the court. Because that's exactly what happened to Dion Wright.
Ah, donc en gros, la trash talk. Imagine, tu sors du taf à FedEx et tu défends sur LeBron.
Did Dion end up in a high school gym in the middle of the summer guarding LeBron James? Well, to find the genesis of this saga, we have to go way back.
On doit remonter dans le temps. Ok, on va voir. Le 12 juin 2011.
June 12th, 2011 was a fairly normal summer day. The Yankees beat the Indians. This guy was named the shortest man in the world. The Heat faced off against the Dallas Mavericks in Game 6 of the NBA Finals. The Mavericks were up 3-2 in the
c'est là où LeBron il a fait n'importe quoi. Il a mouillé.
So pretty much everyone in the world, aside from me and about 7 other people, wanted LeBron and the Heat to get crushed in this game. One of many fans rooting for the Heat to lose was a 19-year-old Dion Wright, who had this to say. Now, besides the fact that Dion was right on both accounts,
qu'est-ce que tu vas faire, LeBron? Tu repartiras à Cleveland?
That game 6 in the finals and the series, and LeBron did eventually go back to Cleveland. It was clear early on that Dion was not boarding the LeBron hype train. He read LeBron like a book, saw past his charades and antics, and called it like it was. And 2 years later, Dion would head back to Twitter to lay the smackdown on LeBron once again.
2 ans plus tard.
On June 18th, 2013, the Miami Heat faced off against the San Antonio Spurs in Game 6
là où ils ont perdu.
2013.
Encore rien, la métro pas.
The Spurs were playing lights out in the first half, and Tim Duncan was playing like an absolute madman with 25 points and 8 rebounds in the first half alone. Meanwhile, the Heat were struggling, and LeBron was in the midst of another monumental meltdown. 9 points on 33% shooting with the lowest plus-minus among all players in the half. So the man himself, Dion Wright, took to Twitter.
Ah, c'est là où il a perdu son bandeau, ouais, je me rappelle.
Eventually come back around to bite him nearly a decade later.
LeBron, il est pas clutch du tout. En 2013, il a dit ça. Internet, ça oublie pas. Les gars, quand on vous dit qu'Internet, ça oublie pas, les gars, ça oublie vraiment, vraiment pas Internet. Hein. Les gars, Internet, là, tout ce que vous mettez sur Internet, là, il suffit juste qu'il y ait une personne qui screen. Et les gars, c'est fini. Internet, ça oublie pas, les gars. Internet, ça n'oublie jamais. LeBron n'est pas clutch du tout.
Up to that point in LeBron's career,
ouais, LeBron, ouais, c'est vrai.
It was almost less of a criticism and more of just an observation. A seemingly harmless, but inevitably fateful tweet. Now, unlike the average trash talker on social media, Dion actually had some merit to give a take like this. In high school, Dion was California's Prep Player of the Year in 2012.
Donc c'était un bon joueur alors. Joueur de l'année en prep en Californie.
University in New York, a Division I program in the same conference as Dayton, UMass, and Davidson, where Stephen Curry played college ball. By his senior season at St. Bonaventure, the 6'7" forward was averaging a near double-double with 17 points and 9 rebounds a game, and led the program to one of their biggest wins in school history over 15th-ranked Dayton in 2016. After college, Dion played multiple seasons as a pro internationally and has averaged 16, 6, and 3 a game in his last 2 seasons of pro ball overseas.
Ouais, donc c'est un pro quoi.
Far from the average trash.
Non, c'est pas juste c'est pas un gars Twitter. Il a joué à NBL et tout. Hein.
And he's constantly showcasing these skills in pro-am leagues like the TBT, a basketball tournament reserved for some of the most elite hoopers in the country, and the Drew League, one of the most prestigious pro-am summer leagues in the country. See, whenever people see these guys they've never heard of in pro-am leagues like the Drew League, they're quick to say these players must be some scrubs on the street.
De ouf.
But as easy as it is to sit back and
c'est que des joueurs de basket, ma gueule.
And give a decent effort. We couldn't. At least the majority of us can't. Even these pro-am guys that you've never heard of, these so-called janitors and mailmen, are all certified hoopers. In fact, you would have a tough time finding a guy who wasn't a contributing player at the D1 or even professional level throughout some of these pro-am leagues. Last week, Dion was set up to play in a Drew League game no different than any other. Just another ordinary pro-am game on the schedule. That is until DeMar DeRozan tweeted this.
Yeah! The Kings x Devo tomorrow at the Drew League. Comme your movie boy. Ah, je me rappelle. quand tu as eu ça sur Twitter, là, carrément, non, c'est une dinguerie.
Je suis Marc, j'ai cofondé Horace, une marque de soins naturels pour tous les hommes. Et en fait, c'est parti d'un problème que moi j'avais eu quand j'ai...
The King and Debo.
Debo is Drew League tomorrow. Ice. Pour ceux qui savent pas, la Drew League, c'est à LA, donc c'est dans le hood de DeMar DeRozan. Donc c'est chez lui, tu vois. Donc c'est pour ça, c'est... Voilà.
And it was knocking on Dion's door. 11 years after his original tweet about LeBron, and Dion would have to do what...
Les gars, vous pensez que LeBron, il savait que... Il avait vu le tweet de Dion White 11 ans plus tôt, etc., qu'il a dit... Je vais venir à la Drew League juste pour jouer contre lui? Moi, je pense pas.
No sports fan had ever done before. Actually go out there and face the guy.
He was like, yo, bro, you won't believe this. I was like, what? He was like, LeBron is coming tomorrow to the Drew League.
Did you know that you were going to be the guy that was going to be tasked with guarding Braun as soon as it happened?
I told him, I'm guarding Braun. And whatever happens after that, it happens after that. Like, I told him straight up, like, I'm guarding Braun.
Donc il leur a dit clairement, c'est moi qui va défendre sur LeBron, genre.
Hey, I woke up with anger in my life today. I woke up to DMX on my playlist today.
Il a dit chez... Hey! Il a dit, je me suis réveillé énervé aujourd'hui. Je crois qu'ils ont perdu quand même, hein, le match. Pour ceux qui savent pas, ce qui est exceptionnel de ouf à propos de ça, tu vois, de LeBron qui vient à la Drew League, c'est que la plupart, surtout pour les gens de LA, pour ceux qui savent pas, pour aller voir un match des Lakers, c'est archi cher, tu vois. Ou sinon, tu vas avoir une place tout en haut du plafond. Donc là, pour les gens, de voir LeBron d'aussi proche, dans l'environnement aussi bien qu'un high school gym, dans un Drew League, dans un open run comme ça, où il peut prendre 50 shoots et il s'en fout, tu vois. Genre, c'est un blessing ce qu'il a fait, tu vois. Pour les enfants qui n'auront pas l'âge de voir ça, etc. Et c'est une source de motivation pour bosser, pour plein. Ce qu'il a fait, c'est un truc de ouf, tu vois. Bien dans un high school gym comme ça, quand t'es à 39 ans.
42, 16 and 4.
Il a mis 42 points, 6 rebonds et 4 passes.
After going half speed and trying out some new combos in his bag. It was an absolute...
il a dit les stats de LeBron après avoir joué à 50% et avoir essayé des nouveaux moves dans son bag. Ah, je suis mort.
Masterclass. And for one day, the Drew League became the LeBron show. And
Il a dit, pour un jour, la Drew League est vue le show de LeBron.
became the poster child for biting off more than you can chew.
Imagine talking shit on just to LeBron.
And being forced to back it up. But even more impossible is the fact that Dion did back up all the trash talk. Because Dion finished this game with a team-high 20 points and led his team back to just a 2-point deficit. Dion and his squad were just one bucket away from beating a pro team that featured LeBron James and DeMar DeRozan. The man had a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to show out against one of the greatest players of all time. And despite all the memes and the jokes, he actually pulled it off. I guarantee, I promise that if any of us had to go out and guard LeBron James on a random Saturday afternoon, we wouldn't hold him to 40 points. And we damn well would not drop 20. In fact, NBA fans were asked this exact question. How would you fare going toe-to-toe against LeBron? And the answers, well, they speak for themselves. And possibly the craziest part about this entire story is that Dion wasn't even supposed to play in this game. The day before the game, Dion was in Buffalo and got a call from a friend who was playing in the Drew League. His friend let him know that LeBron was going to be there, and Dion made a game-time decision to fly across the country, lay there, and Dion made a game-time decision to fly across the country, lace up against LeBron James, and win out there and drop 20 and 6.
Pour jouer LeBron, c'est une opportunité lifetime, hein. Ça arrive une seule fois dans la NBA.
Trae Young earned LeBron's respect and now has a story so crazy, even he can't believe it happened. Dion Wright, the first man to ever trash talk an NBA player on Twitter and actually back it up. Hope you all enjoyed. And as
On va regarder les highlights du
It's a
match.
nice
Je vais voir si je trouve une vidéo un peu plus courte du match. J'aimerais bien voir. Ouais, on va regarder. Attends. On va regarder celle-là. La vidéo de la NBA.
Ce printemps, profitez de nos vols des 34,99 €. Réservés sur easyjet.com. Get out there.
Ouh. LeBron James. Ouh, hey. Vous avez vu comment... Le gym il est pack, mon frère, c'est une dinguerie. Il est trop stock. Il est trop balèze. J'aimerais bien voir Kevin Durant à la drôlique. Kevin Durant, s'il te plaît. Pull up to the Drew, bro. Ok. Va à la muscu. Costa, fadeaway. Putain, le caméraman, bizarre un peu, hein. Tu veux faire appel à MPTV, là. Boogie, ça c'est Boogie Ellis ça. Ah. The King. Allez, hey, vous avez vu comment les petits là, regardez comment ils sont refaits. Sur qui ils ont crié là. Enfin, c'est pas si des petits, mais vous avez vu comment ils sont refaits. Ils sont super contents. Ça, c'est des souvenirs qui vont rester à vie. Ouah, j'ai vu LeBron à la drôle, c'était une dinguerie là. Oh, ça c'était tough. Hein. Reverse finish other side. Ça c'est un bulldozer le Brown. Et il défend, tout terrain et toute pression. Il défend ma gueule. Hein. Il défend ma gueule. 40 ans le Dao. Hein. Je crois que c'est le money time là, vu comment ça défend. Hey! Ouais, c'est money time. Allez, il y a 101,97. C'est money time là. Bon les gars, c'était tout pour cette vidéo. Likez, commentez, abonnez-vous. Dites-moi, est-ce que vous pensez que vous pouvez limiter LeBron à 40 points? Mais en tout cas, ouais, le gars, bah, je sais pas quoi dire. Hein. I'm out.